Thank you. Well, I'm joined today by the Minister for Police, the Deputy Commissioner Caldas, Assistant Commissioner Clifford, and we're here to give you an update in terms of the homicide involving one of our own officers, Inspector Bryson Anderson, last night. As I indicated last night, Inspector Anderson was killed in the line of duty. He was attending a neighbourhood dispute in the Oakville area. As a result of the injuries that he sustained in an attack at that premise, he subsequently passed away and was pronounced deceased at the Hawkesbury Hospital. I indicated that I would come before you today and give you an update in terms of this particular operation. I need to advise you that 2 people have been taken into custody, have been interviewed and subsequently charged with the murder of Inspector Bryson Anderson. A 19-year-old male and a 45-year-old female from the Oakville area were detained at the scene, and today they have been charged. They are bail refused and will be attending the Penrith Local Local Court at 9 a.m. this morning. Our thoughts and our heart still bleed for the Anderson family. As an organisation, we are in mourning. I'm sure as a state we're in mourning too for the loss of a fine officer. The Minister is here with me today. I'll hand over to the Minister and then I'll come back and take some of your questions. Again, building on what I indicated last night, we have had a very strong request from the family that we would recognise their privacy. In doing so, I'd ask you to join with me to ensure that we can at least give them their wish in that regard. I'll take some questions. Also, you need to understand that as this matter is now before the courts, we will not be doing anything that will compromise that prosecution. We need to let the courts deal with this matter, and we would ask you to again recognise that. We will answer your questions as best we can, but we won't be compromising this matter. Minister Gallagher, thank you.
Commissioner, thank you. Together with the Commissioner, later this morning, I will be attending the annual Police Widows Luncheon. And today it will be with a very sad and heavy heart that both of us speak to those widows, knowing that sadly another widow and another family has been added to the list of those who have fallen, representing the men and women of not only the New South Wales Police Force but indeed this state. On behalf of the government, I have met with the Commissioner and Inspector Anderson's senior commanders this morning, who are behind us, Nick Caldas and of course Mr Clifford, and expressed our deepest sympathies, not only on behalf of the government, not only on behalf of the Parliament, all members of Parliament, but indeed the entire community of New South Wales. This year, the 150th year of policing was supposed to be one of celebration. We started the year with the death of Senior Constable Dave Rickson. We now conclude 2012 with the death of another officer. It is indeed a very sad year.
Thank you, Minister. Questions?
Commissioner, can I ask you, as a Commissioner, how do you handle sitting down with the family of an officer who's passed away in this way and telling them what has happened?
Well, can I say there's probably no tougher job for a Commissioner than to sit down with a family. As the Minister's indicated, this is twice in the same year. We've lost 3 officers over the last couple of years. It's always tough, but that's part of the job. I mean, that's part of what I'm required to do. Having said that, it's an honour and it's a privilege to at least celebrate, even in the saddest of times, the life of a legend. And I'm particularly privileged to have been able to meet with the extended family last night. The wife of this officer, his 3 children, as they go into Christmas 2012, this is a very, very black time. But to be able to get around them, to let them know that the family of the New South Wales Police Force and the wider police forces of Australia are thinking of them, are there for them, that's really important. They need to always remember that we're going to be alongside them to mourn with them from this point forward.
Commissioner, there were conflicting reports whether or not he'd been hit with an arrow or hit with an axe.
Can I clarify that for you to some extent? We will be alleging that a knife was used in this attack, and some of the earlier reports that have been broadcast were not accurate. At this stage, the allegation will be that a knife was used and led to the death.
Can you tell us about the relationship between the 2 people you've arrested, Michael and his son, is that right?
That's correct.
And are you alleging that they were both physically involved in the murder, or this was a joint?
The matter will be before the court soon. That evidence will be delivered in court, and I'd ask you to perhaps be in a position to monitor that then and report accordingly. And look, this has been an ongoing neighbourhood dispute between two families that's been brewing now for some period. It came to an end yesterday, and as we know, it led to the death of this officer.
Can you give us more insight into what kind of officer he was?
Yeah, look, I can. A 45-year-old, widely respected detective inspector, a veteran of over 25 years service, came from a police family, father, a proud senior officer, retired, a brother who, again, serving officer, retired. They are just salt of the earth, the family. His commitment, his dedication, his ongoing experience will be sadly lost and missed. He was a mentor to me and probably a better friend to even more. So this is the sort of man no one can afford to lose from a modern police agency. His loss is one that we will feel for many years to come.
The police operation started around 2 p.m. and officer's death or attack occurred 2 hours later. Can you tell us what went on for the police over that period of time?
Well, subject to what we'll be putting into the facts today in the court hearing, I can indicate that there was some protracted negotiations. We were working towards a peaceful resolution, and unfortunately that did not happen. So
you raced out there immediately. Had you already been told that he wasn't going to make it?
I raced out with regards to...
So you raced out to the scene immediately?
I raced out there, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, look, I was advised that Bryson was in a serious way. Got some very early information and made it my business to get out there as quickly as I could. When somebody's injured to the extent that he was, life is always going to be in the balance, and on this occasion we lost, and certainly he passed away well before I.
Can you explain the confusion over the alleged weapon? There were the initial reports that it was an axe, obviously subsequent to knife. Where does that confusion lie?
Look, at this stage, it's probably best that we let the critical incident investigation team make their deliberations. They'll provide advice to us. The confusion of a scene like that with such a catastrophic outcome is always something that will prevail, and so for that reason alone, I didn't make comment with regards to the type of weapon. But as I say, we will be alleging that, but again, I'd prefer that the critical investigation team do their work and then provide us with the full advice.
How many officers were involved in yesterday's operation, and were any of them near Detective Inspector Anderson when he was stabbed?
I can assure you there were many officers at the scene. The logistics of what happened and where people were is something that we would prefer to, at this stage, just wait for. As I say, the whole process will be recreated today as part of the investigation, but I can assure you there were many officers there with him at the time.
Can you confirm whether both the man and the woman were armed at the time of the negotiations?
At this stage, well, at this stage, we would probably prefer not to say anything in that regard. That will become clearer through the day.
Commissioner, you made reference to weapons plural in your press conference last night. Is there any further light you can tell us about what other things were used yesterday afternoon?
As part of the facts, there will be some. We'll certainly be alleging that one of the offenders also assaulted an officer with a weapon, albeit we know as well that there was a bow and arrow that was seized at the scene. So there's certainly that's captured in the facts that'll be relayed to the court later today.
Was the detective treated by an ambulance at the scene?
Yes, he was.
Can you explain why a helicopter wasn't brought into hospital?
Look, let me assure you, the advice I received, and it was being received very early, is that the New South Wales Ambulance Service, the paramedics that were there, and I spoke to one of the supervisors last night at the hospital, they did absolutely everything they could. I've got to praise those men and women that were involved. I've also got to thank our officers that attempted to save Bryson's life. No one would suggest, nor could they suggest, that the ambulance people that arrived at the scene did everything that they could, and I am sure all that was humanly possible to save his life. They should be commended.
So they weren't restricted by
There was no restriction. Let me assure you that whatever they needed would have been available, and from my perspective, in talking to the CEO of the ambulance service, I was reassured when I spoke to him that that was the case.
I know this is difficult, but can you say, was he stabbed in the back of the head and was it sort of going quickly? Can you give us a little bit?
Look, at this stage it's probably best that we just hold that back just a little bit now, and clearly there's a post-mortem that's going to happen today. Let's wait for the post-mortem.
Did the officer die at the scene and was pronounced dead later in hospital?
Again, let's wait for the post-mortem to confirm that, but what I can assure you is, has been released, he was pronounced deceased at the hospital.
Can you take us through what police officers and paramedics did after he was stabbed?
I'm not in a position to do that today, but you can be assured that we will be making that information available to you.
Are the reports that police took him to hospital incorrect?
Incorrect.
When you say that the neighbourhood dispute had been going on for some time, are we talking years? And can you put a number on how many years?
Look, I understand it was for quite some extended period, but again, that'll be part of the evidence that will be led today.
And had police been called to that property many times before?
I understand that had been the case, yes.
Those officers that were with him attempted to save his life, how are they holding up?
Well, look, I had a chance to meet with those officers, and certainly with all of the officers from the Hawkesbury Local Area Command last night, as well as the homicide team and the investigation team that's involved in investigating this matter. They're police. They were stoic, they were strong, they were certainly bearing up quite well, but let me assure you, not too deep under that veneer there was a whole lot of pain going on. We were all in mourning last night, and we're still in shock today. You know, the reality is our police knowingly face dangers every day. They go to work each morning not knowing whether they're going to come home that night, and yesterday our worst nightmare was delivered to us. Those officers were feeling it, and they were certainly mourning alongside Bryson's family last night.
Commissioner, can I just clarify? I think you may have said the woman was 45 at the start of the press conference. It's not 42 as reported?
Look, I'm advised as recently as the last few minutes before I walked in, 45 years of age. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please, I would ask that you would respect the privacy of the family, and I thank you for your responsible reporting today. Thanks very much.